When I was done with my 9 to 5, I was like, okay, I'm just done. I just woke up one day and I said, okay, I think I'm done. I said, okay, I was ready to dedicate my time to this
Yeah.
based on the fact that, okay, where we worked and
Yeah.
how crazy my work
The
was.
schedule.
The schedule was up. So I said, okay, let me just give my time to this one and build it, and then let's see what happens next.
Yeah.
And then we are here. I think I left 2 years ago,
Wow.
and I'm still here.
Amazing, and she's still here. So if you're on a fence right now, maybe you have a vision, you have a dream, and there's so much that you need to do. Sometimes just take the leap of faith, because she's still here. She's 2 years down the line. But then before these 2 years, you've actually also always been the Abisola food blogger, because I remember. It was a conversation that we had on one of the episodes when we were building up to one of the content that we were working on at the time. And, someone said, oh, have you seen her dishes online? And I didn't even know it was such a big deal until I went there and I saw the numbers and I was like, wow. And, you would sit across from her and you not even know she has all of that going on in the background. So how were you able to mask it and, keep all of that within wraps? Because some people have 5,000 followers and you cannot talk to them. You cannot talk. Nobody can talk to them. But you have well over 200,000, and these are very, very organic followers who respond to your content, who follow your content, and we're even talking endorsements at all of this time. How did it all come together?
I think I'm just able to manage it. So like when I'm outside, I just maybe I'm not allowing the numbers to get to me too much.
Okay.
I just believe that I'm a random person like you, and I don't have to let the number get to me, because I get a lot of people tell me that you don't even know that you are meant to, and I'll just be like,
You're a superstar.
I'll just be like, me, I'm just me. I'm just Abisola, and I'm just one random. I think one of my sisters said this one day, that one of our friends saw me and she was like, oh, and I was like, what's going on?
It's
And she's
just
like,
me.
Don't you get it? Like, don't you get, like, these people are your fan? I'm just like, fan, how? I
just cook
person that
food.
just cook and then I'm done. Like, I'm not allowing that to get to me. And that is why when you were referencing that and that when we're working together, I didn't allow the numbers to get to me. I was just doing my own thing. And when I'm online, and same thing the way I relate to my followers. So like, we are here. I am here. Like, I am not. I don't think I have any special thing
Powers or something.
Do you understand? So.
Of course, it's beautiful to hear that part of the story, because it's hard to stay humble sometimes when some things come. But then, okay, so let's talk about food blogging as it is in Nigeria today. It's an industry that a lot of people are coming into. In fact, there are some people, we all supported, and and there's the chef dummy level to it. I'm sorry I'm bringing these two comparisons into it, but then it was something that happened at some point, But then there's the quality, there's the know-how, there is the fact that you're building something, food handling, and being able to present food presentation, the taste to it, making sure that everything, and putting the right brands in the imaging, the filming, because of course what you do is you're cooking, which is an actual skill. People cook to earn a living. You're cooking, you're filming, you're editing. You are putting everything together, and you have deadlines. Last week you were supposed to be on the show, and you told me, oh my God, like this client came in last minute, you didn't call me, and this person called me last, and I was like, okay, yeah, of course. But then, putting all of these skills together and being able to create the phenomenon that is the Abisola food blogger, was there a process where you were, first of all, learning to cook, and then, after cooking, you were like, okay, let me go and learn videography and photography and food styling, which is another thing. And okay, after I learned all of this thing, let's also now go and learn how to edit and put all of these things together into a small reel that would capture audiences and still deliver a punch at the end, making people to follow and comment and go and try those recipes and bring the feedback. How did all of that come together? Let's talk about it.
Okay, so cooking for me, I was born into cooking. I should say that. My mom
was a caterer.
Okay.
So I see that.
I grew up in it, and then if I say that 3 of my siblings were all in the food industry.
Okay.
My 2 other sisters are chefs too.
Okay.
And so it's just like a family thing for me. Cooking for me was just easy, and I've always loved cooking since when I was little. Like maybe because I was used to it already. Yeah. So I've always loved it. And then media was something that I started off my career in the media. So
space. Okay.
I tried to learn.
Okay.
I do one of the top media houses in Nigeria, and I was working in the digital space.
Okay.
And then so I did a lot of producing, and one thing about me is that I always want to learn.
Okay.
So I always go to the guys, okay, please, can I see what you guys are doing? Can I put this together? Yeah. And my curiosity was just always the thing for me. Like, I want to learn something, because sometimes I just want to say, okay, in case you cannot do my work, let me quickly do my thing and just submit and meet my deadline. So from there, I started learning editing, taking pictures and everything. And so when food blogging was when I decided, okay, this is what I want to start doing now, it was easy for me to start putting everything together and then learning more, asking my former colleagues for ideas. And honestly, everybody I've met in my life has impacted my life one way or the other.
Okay, so I did something too.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but it's amazing to see that this all came together starting from a passion that you had as a child, because there are a lot of young people who listen to today's woman, and one thing we try to do, because we're your one family, one radio, and we're always trying to create that balance and that dynamic where we could make people see this is something that comes from hard work, consistency, and just the fact that someone believed in themselves. And we bring really very great women here every other Wednesday, to have these conversations about their work, about the life they've chosen, and how they've been able to win regardless of the challenges that they faced. But then let's talk about the options and the choices you made. I know your mom was in the food industry, your sisters are chefs, but then I'm not sure, are they also doing this blogging thing?
No, they have their own businesses.
Okay, so now let's talk about the fact that this blogging, as at 10 years ago, wasn't a career choice. Yeah, so it wasn't something that if you had said to your mom or your dad or anybody who was supposed to be an authority over your life, if you had said to them, oh, I want to be a blogger, I want to, make videos of myself cooking food, it wasn't something they would have stood behind. How accessible was the support coming from your family and people generally when it came to making this choice?
That support, I have the support of my family for everything. My parents have always been that just do whatever you want to do, as long as it makes you happy, as long as you are striving in it.
Okay.
We don't. So when I made the decision to even leave my 9 to 5, I remember when I started talking to my mom about it.
Okay.
And then she was just like, if this is what you want to do, do it. Like, I'm supporting you, my prayers and everything. And when last minute, when I started having a change of mind, because she knows everything that was going on around that period, she just told me that this is what you want to do, just do it. My siblings were like, this is what you want to do, just do it.
Just go ahead.
And maybe because I have a lot of people, like sometimes, as I said, I don't see myself as that, but I have a lot of people that they're like pushing me. My sisters will come and hype me. My friends will say, no, you cannot give up on this thing now. You can do this and everything.
Okay.
And then, so I think because of the belief of family, friends, and everybody that kept pushing me, I just felt like, okay, my husband too will be like,
yeah, of course. I think we're going to mention your husband, man.
Yeah, you cannot. This is. I just like sometimes even when I do something, you always look at yourself like you're small. You're not.
You're
small.
bigger than you actually think.
So sometimes when I even want to give up and be like, okay, I don't think I'm doing as much as. I would just think about these people that are always hyping me and look, and then I'll just like, okay, I think I have to keep going.
Okay, so in this entire journey, I'm sure there've been challenges that you sometimes look at and say, okay, yeah, like you said, except for the people who hype you and tell you, man, the Abisola, you are amazing. And maybe for those of us who always come to your page and be like, this food that you're cooking, when are we going to taste it? Like I want to talk to you about the growth process, because that's something that, not a lot of people talk about as well. So it must have started at some point as 0 followers. It was just nobody. It was probably just you, your siblings, and there probably were days when you posted something and maybe just yourself. For about 2 weeks, it was just you. You were the only person who liked that thing, and maybe your sister commented, nice shirt. Not even the food. Commented, nice shirt. How did you get through those moments? Because we can talk about the glory and the fact that there are people rallying around the 240-something thousand followers right now and counting, and the YouTube subscriptions that you get, Let's talk about the time when the crowd wasn't there, when it was just all still dreams. How did you keep going?
Okay, so I won't lie, there was that time, like, I'm not going to get comments on my page. I won't see the likes. And this thing is, there's no way to get to you. Like, even
definitely.
If you say, sometimes I will just post and run away. Just leave my phone and say if they like it. And that moment, I'm just always like, okay, I'm doing that. I mean, because I had something that was doing at the side. Like, I had a major thing, and this was just something that was doing at the side. But it gets to me, like, when I don't see comment on my page, when I started off, and maybe I started with lifestyle, doing restaurants,
reviews and everything,
and all of those things, and then during COVID, I switched to food blogging full time.
Yeah.
And
that was 2020.
So it was kind of strange for my lifestyle followers to understand, because I should say I lost some of them, because I know some people that were always commenting on my lifestyle pictures, and then all of a sudden food blogging, and I'm sure they were just like,
they're like, this person has lost.
They will just swipe.
Yeah.
So, well, I kept posting, and as I said, consistency. If you are being consistent, consistency is very key.
Yeah.
And so I kept being consistent, and then I would just post. And at the point, I was just like, whether you people like it or not, I will post today, and there's nothing that will happen. Max, there's only one person that will like this video. And I kept on showing up, and some people were just there. Like, I know some people that they've been commenting on my page since I started lifestyle and everything, and they still commenting now. They will still do before.
Shout out to the OGs,
like,
the OGs on the Abisola food blog.
I just wonder, like, these people, like, how do you stick with somebody for this long and you're still here? So because of those few people that show up for me, I'm like, no, I'm not giving up on this, and I'll keep showing up.
Okay, so let's talk about the acceptance of what you do. So sometimes you cook things that we all cook in our houses, but then, for you to now cook it the way you do, and you garnish it, and you say, oh, how do you, like, I think there was one you did, how do you make your moi moi? And that inspired me to make moi moi one weekend. I was still in Ibadan then, and he was like, how do you make your moi moi? And I saw it, and I actually learned as a man to wrap my leaves and to do certain things. Do you like it in the leaf, or in the tin, or you like to make it with this materials or whatsoever? Sometimes it's teaching, sometimes it's you just asking questions. And like, of all these contents that you do, which of them gets the most interaction, and which, of course, is there like a clickbait, or is just the fact that, hey, you just do whatever comes?
Should I say the content that you did not plan for are the ones that get the interaction most? The content that you want to delete, that you're like, let me delete it, it's not worth it. Those are the content that I would just say going to millions of views. I'm like, I
millions of views.
This video,
wow.
Like, so many, like, I have had that. I'm just like, this content that I did not even plan. It could even be just a random, just like, why do people like this content? But I think those are the content that have been doing well for me. And as you said, like, you cannot even say. So that is why I would just say, once the idea comes to your head, just do it. Because sometimes there are times I've had it come, and I'll just be like, and I should have done it too.
That's what it is.
So most times you cannot really say about content. Most times you learn, you change your strategy every now and then. It's not every straight. It's not always straight like that, because today this can be working for you, can be doing. How do you do that? And then next thing you see that how do you is not, people are not longer interested in how do
so you have to stay.
You have to
abreast.
Do you understand? So you have to just keep doing different things to see how people will like it, and then is that content that what I used to tell people, that content that you want to delete, post it. Is that content
that content
you.
So if you're a young person, you're listening right now, there are two things that the Abisola has said that I want you to hold on to: consistency, and the fact that sometimes you get that inspiration, you're thinking it's not the best, just post it. Sometimes that's what the world just might come for. Now, as much as possible, did you have to do a course or anything? Did you have to pick up some form of training? Did you have to go for maybe some certification to be able to do some of the things you do? Because sometimes people restrict themselves based on the fact that, I don't have training, I'm not certified, there's no certificate I can hold to say this is what I do. I wanted to say now that, have you had to do training, and was it necessary, or you just had to do that because it was just something that was necessary for the next level of work that you were doing?
Yeah, I did some trainings while I was working, and then in terms of media and all of
media,
this, and then after I decided to leave 9 to 5, I went to culinary school. I went to do a short course, and I still intend to go to another culinary school to be a certified chef, because right now I'm still like, am I a certified chef yet? Like, I want to have that. I did a
stamp of authority
in this thing, and then this is my stamp of authority. So basically, I think I just did some trainings, and I'm always trying to learn from people. Like, when I see something new, I can reach out to you and say, oh, please, can you put me through on this? And then that's very helping me.
Oh, wow, really very amazing. So what do you like to cook the most? Like, what kind of meals do you like to cook the most? I'm sorry, I'm asking this one personally because I like food. What kind of meals do you like to cook the most? Is it the continental, the African, or the very, very local ones that are like ekuru and ojojo? So
I like to cook the three, but for me, local dishes do very well online. Like people want to see how these local dishes are, and other people that are not even from your country. I've seen people reach out to me on YouTube. Like there was a lady on YouTube that said she married a Nigerian. She's from Ethiopia. And she married a Nigerian, and she's on my page now because she wants to learn how to cook Nigerian food, and she tends to try them out. You know, those are the type of comment that just keeps me going. Like, no, you people,
you will eat Nigerian food.
Eat Nigerian food. So most times, a lot of people will say, "Oh, this food, like all these local dishes that you will see out there, and you just wonder how do they make this." There was a day I did something recently, like that yellow stuff on amala. Begiri. And I just did it, and I didn't know that a lot of people did not even know what they used to make begiri. A lot of people, this is what they use. They use beans to make begiri. I just used to see the yellow stuff, and I always wonder, beans? I cannot eat it again after you've been eating it. So,
but it tasted delicious when you ate
it. So most times I always do more of local dishes because you see a lot of people that want to learn, and because they just want to know how these things are prepared, and also. Even notice I do some Nigerian snacks, so all those are our childhood snacks that you just be like, and those type of videos do well.
I think I like the day you did the Ekono one kind of thing also.
Ekono go on, all those kind.
It was a throwback edition.
It's sugar. Baba Dudu is this. Baba Dudu is coconut and sugar and coconut milk and sugar for Baba Dudu. Sisi Pelebe is granite. Are you serious? All these things we had when we and it just brings that conversation, and a lot of people will start having conversation in the comment section. Oh, I miss my grandma. My grandma used to do this. I miss my mom. You know, this kind of thing. I just feel that attracts more audience for me. So I stick to more of local dishes than dishes that people just cannot random. They will just think about like, really? We used to have this when I was a child.
And we no longer see it around.
Egbo, so it was corn they used to make egbo. So basically.
But it's really very amazing to see that you're using the gift that you have and the knowledge that you've gathered in the industry that you've worked in over the years to create something that has brought an international audience to you. Now, the international audience, when they come to you and they're asking these questions, how does it make you feel knowing that you're representing Nigeria?
I'm always happy. Like, I'm always happy. I think it wasn't last year I had to join a call for Instagram, an online call, and then practically when I joined the call, I wanted to run back because I was the only black person there. Wow. I was like, God, how will I fit into this? But I was just like, anyways, I will just introduce myself.
Global citizen there.
Do you understand? So sometimes when I join calls like that, I'm always like, okay. Okay, I think I'm doing something right. And if this is what is just going to put me out there, then I'm good.
Well, thank you so much, dear Abisola, for coming in today. Now, so there's this young lady listening right now. Her name may be Bisola, her name may be Titilayo, her name may be Nkiruka, her name may be Nkem, or even Hadiza,